The Vancouver Canucks recently made headlines with a trade that speaks volumes about their strategic approach moving into the 2024-25 season. By sending Tucker Poolman and a 2025 fourth-round draft pick to the Colorado Avalanche in exchange for defenseman Erik Brännström, the Canucks secured valuable cap space and roster flexibility. This trade is more than just moving pieces on a chessboard. It reflects how Vancouver is positioning itself to stay competitive while maintaining financial flexibility throughout the season. Poolman, who hasn't played since 2022 due to lingering concussion issues, had 1 year remaining on his contract at $2.5 million AAV. The Canucks were stuck in a difficult situation with Poolman, as they could no longer afford to keep him on long-term injured reserve, that is LTI, without limiting their ability to manage the cap efficiently. Retaining only 20% of his salary, the Canucks alleviated a large portion of the cap burden, saving approximately $2 million in functional cap space. With the Avalanche already locked into managing Gabriel Landeskog's LTI situation, taking on Poolman's contract was less of a burden for them. The acquisition of Brannstrom adds a different layer to the Canucks' depth. At 25, Brannstrom is a skilled puck-moving defenseman who has struggled to live up to his potential during his time with Ottawa and, more recently, Colorado. While Brannstrom's defensive play leaves something to be desired, the Canucks see potential in him as a project. That said, they immediately placed him on waivers following the trade, indicating their primary motivation was financial flexibility, not necessarily Brannstrom's immediate role in the lineup. This trade allows the Canucks to roster more depth without the constant concern of being pressed right against the cap. With other players like Pacioretty and Connor Garland dealing with injuries, the Canucks need the ability to manage their roster without making tough, last-minute decisions or risking playing short-handed. If Brannstrom clears waivers, he could provide depth for the Canucks in the AHL, while they see if he can develop into a more reliable defenseman. From the Avalanche's perspective, this trade is equally logical. With Poolman's contract largely covered by the Canucks and their own cap situation impacted by Nichushkin and Landeskog's absences, Colorado essentially bought a fourth-round draft pick in exchange for managing Poolman's LTI placement. It's a shrewd move on their part, adding future assets without losing significant cap space this season. For the Canucks, this trade represents more than just a cap-saving maneuver. It's part of a broader strategy to ensure they can make key moves throughout the season. With more cap flexibility and a deeper 23-man roster, the Canucks are in a better position to pursue further in-season improvements without being hamstrung by financial constraints. They've also shown that they're willing to prioritize immediate competitiveness over long-term speculative gains, using draft picks as trade currency to solidify their position. In essence, this deal highlights how much the Canucks value maintaining depth and flexibility under the leadership of Jim Rutherford and Patrick Allvin. It also shows their focus on avoiding a repeat of last season's challenges by ensuring they have the cap space and player depth to navigate the unpredictable ups and downs of an NHL season. Stay subscribed for more videos.